everyone tonight? Okay, so it worked. I think everybody can see me. I hope you can see me. I'm flying solo tonight, so it's kind of fun to kind of figure out how to do everything that Chip does on my own. So if I've made a couple mistakes, I apologize. But I am so excited to be here. It's Monday night meditation, and tonight's meditation. Kind of sat with this for a little while, and I've been sitting with it since I started this meditation. I get a lot of questions about connecting with your higher self, meeting your guides. And so I figured I could build up for those of you who have sticked with me, who have been here since the beginning, and perhaps plan on staying with me. I want to make it like this progression, like this little like way on Monday nights. Every Monday, we're going to kind of like work with these topics, and we're going to get good at the one topic. Like we've been working on relaxation. We've been working on going into that deep space, getting into that beautiful space, and kind of enjoying that space and getting comfortable with that space, getting familiar with that space. And then the next step is to bring in those inner senses, to bring in connecting with that all-knowing highest self, with your guides. But as we bring them in, getting familiar on how you're going to sense them. So again, we're gonna like building blocks these sessions as we go. And so today I thought that we would bring in like asking your all-knowing highest self to come forward and connecting with that part of yourself and getting familiar with that part of yourself, not in having a conversation with that part of yourself, but just kind of sensing how you're going to sense that part of yourself. So, a lot of us, when we go into meditation, some of us expect to really be seers, but we're not seers off the bat. We're feelers, or we're knowers, or we're hearers, or we taste or smell, or something that associates to the environment that we've brought ourselves into. That is that sixth sense that we are more comfortable with, because this is how it works. Your six senses will come forward, and will gradually come forward based on your comfort level. So if you're comfortable seeing images and things in front of you, then that inner sight will come forward. But if that's going to be like, oh, what, have a shocking moment, your subconscious mind, your higher self is going to be like, she's a better knower. She's more at ease with knowing. So it's about easing yourself into this while maintaining that deep relaxation, while going into that space of rest, while enjoying that space of rest and letting yourself be there. And half the fun is observing. And I know I've mentioned this before, and observing what comes to you. And that way, when you get comfortable observing and just kind of watching and stepping back and seeing if you feel, you hear, you notice, you taste, you smell, and getting into that space where that's just normal, that is your everyday, then the interactive side starts. So that's what I kind of have planned for this next several weeks. And then from there, I have another plan, but I thought I would start with this. So I want to just say hi to everybody. I thought I'd get my plan out of the way, because I was more nervous about doing this on my own than ever, having to hit the like intro and the exit. Timing. But it worked out. So I also want to say thank you. I know that I saw some of you guys in here first, and you've been in here, Katie, Erin, Purple Princess, D Baxter. Who else we got in here today? We've got, I think I saw Lexi. And I just want to say thank you for taking the time, everyone, taking and spending your time here with me. And I can't tell you, when I log in and I'm in my StreamYard, I'm like, oh, they're here. I'm just blown away. So I am so grateful for that. And Lizelle, I just want you guys to know that, like, it's a big thing. I never realized that. I kind of hold my breath when I log in a little. I'm like, oh, I wonder if anybody's coming today. I mean, I'm really good at talking to myself. I do it all day long, so it's okay. I'm absolutely okay with that. Hey, Ship. But it's kind of like this weird little giggle I got, and it was just, I want you to know that you guys made my day. So thank you for being here early. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Alex, thank you for being here. And who else we got? Just going down the list here, making sure I didn't miss anybody. Little Wolf, woo woo, hello. And there we go. So guys, today's going to be a fun adventure. The world has been heavy, things have been crazy. Uh, Last night was the first time I had sat down and made time to really meditate, like really connect. I've been, going, and there's really no excuse other than the fact that I wasn't making the time. And, I made my minute here and there, but I hadn't sat down and really, really, really connected and really kind of asked the light beings of the highest origin to come forward and connect with me. And when I talk about getting familiar with your senses, even to this day, when I start seeing light codes or images or, light beings and their outlines, their colors, their structures, I still have like a fangirl moment. I'm not going to lie. I have this fangirl moment where I'm like, oh, yeah. And, because I get so excited that, they're coming forward. And as they come forward, the light beings of the highest origin, they come forward a little bit more every time. And when I first went on this journey of giving them permission to interfere, because we live in a world of, free will. And so our guides are always there. Light beings of the highest origin are always there, but really they can help guide us. But interference isn't something that works with the universal law in this realm. So I decided one night, months and months and months and months ago, to just be like, I give you permission. If you're, if your intent is for my highest and greatest good, to help me do what I'm, find my purpose, be on my purpose, expand my purpose, know my purpose, download my purpose, then I give you permission to interfere. That night I had an incredible meditation where I watched my entire body kind of break down into light particles and watch it come back together. Woke up the next day, very peaceful, very calm, but a little bit different than I was the day before. And so every once in a while, I kind of do this meditation where I go, okay, guys, hey, let's tune me up. Let's tune up this connection and let's, come into my circle. And hello, Fee. I'm glad. Hey, Wayne. Hey, Katie. And glad you guys are here. Thank you for being here. And every once in a while, I feel like I have to do that again. Like it's like I get in this place where I'm like, ah! And then so last night I made time. I went to bed early and just sat there and I was like, okay, guys, I'm feeling like you're not here. Like I feel very disconnected. And I know there's a lot going on, and maybe it's my own fault for being disconnected, but could you give me some love? Could you just come forward in the best way possible that I'm going to be open to receiving you? And suddenly the next thing, and I just started counting myself down. So last week we talked about counting down from 10 down to 1. And I just started using that technique over and over and over and over again. Even when I saw these flashes of light and these outlines of different energetic beings coming forward and starting to be a part of the process and kind of stepping into my circle, my zone of space, I just kept counting. And what I noticed is that when I kept counting, that they were able to present themselves even more clearly than they ever have before. I get a lot in my, like when my eyes are open, I get a lot of images in my head, but this wasn't an image in my head like like I was comfortable with, or that it's always kind of been that way for me. It was very much here, like right here. And I really found that counting down while I was getting familiar with the way they looked, because a lot of them looked very different than what I assumed they would look like, what I have read what different light beings look like. And some looked very much the same, and I was kind of like, oh, I know where you're from, cool. But the counting down kept me from having my, what I call my fangirl moment, where it's actually working and everything's happening and I'm seeing all this extra stuff that I would normally sense or just get a flash or an image, or I would get it and then I would want to focus on it. So if you guys are going into meditation and you're calling forward your guides, you're calling forward your guardians, or calling forward a message, so you have an intention and you want to receive some guidance on it. The counting process could really help you stay in that centered, relaxed, deep space of peace, and a space, as I'm hearing in my head right now, a space of non-interference. So where our conscious mind doesn't have the, the focus to interfere with the message or the questioning with the message. And it may allow it to come more clearly, even though you're counting. I know it seems like you might be distracted, you'd be, doing multiple things at one time, but it just kind of keeps you in that hover space. The more you get used to that counting down, taking you deeper, every time you count yourself down, you're actually going to put yourself back into that zone where you're in that energetic space, you're in that inner mind space, you're in that inner self space where you can receive those messages however they're going to best come through to you and how you're going to be open to receiving them. So I never actually thought about that until last night, and I'm pretty sure it was the beings from the Syrian space realm that were helping me with that, because I kept hearing a whisper, keep counting, and it was just a lot of people coming forward. So I know that we're coming into tomorrow. Actually, it's the 22, 22, 22, 22, the last, I believe, of the twos in our lifetime like this, and a space of duality, but also a space, and we think of duality, most of us go, and I know I had to actually stop myself when I was outside for a little while today. I was thinking about this duality. Is most of us, like, we go to that space and we think about the negative side of us. But what if in this transition tomorrow, we focus on the duality of all the positive side, the duality of the light side of ourselves, and really kind of sit in that? And I was kind of sitting with that and kind of seeing how that resonated with me, because we've always been taught we have to deal with our duality. We have to, either shadow, light, shadow. And most of us, when we think of duality, we think, I personally, maybe I'm wrong and maybe I'm totally off base, but I always go to the shadow side first. But tomorrow I would urge or implore you guys to maybe sit with the light side, that part of your duality, and ask that part of yourself what it is that part of you needs to be in complete and full alignment. And tomorrow, a lot of people are talking about the portal, the energetic vibration that is coming through. So this might be a really great time to kind of sit with that. And it's not about ignoring the other side, but it's about stepping in and promoting the side of you that you want to be nourishing, and nourishing yourself, nourishing your light, nourishing the positive parts of you, nourishing the positive things, the emotions, feelings, outlooks, mindset, because the things that we nourish are the things that we grow. And that doesn't mean that we don't have to go into the other stuff to get to the other side, but taking a day, or, spending time nourishing all these wonderful things that you possess, and all the things that you are within you that you may not even know or be fully familiar with, but exist within you. Or there's a sense that, nourishing your inner sixth sense, your inner sight, nourishing your inner knowing, your inner taste, your inner smell, your inner hearing, your inner inner self, is a really great way to really start connecting and bonding with yourself on a different level. Because for a long time, I know with my own experience, I didn't actually want to be intuitive. I didn't want to be connected. I didn't want to be who I am. I wanted to be everybody else, because everybody else, well, there just seemed to be more people that didn't do what I did, or didn't know what I know, or didn't hear what I hear, or see what I see, or, and so that felt like it was a safer place to be. And what I've realized is in that I nourished the other side of me that was, maybe in denial, maybe just rejecting the intuitive side of me for a long, long time. And then all of a sudden the switch happened, and it was time to step into being intuitive. And I had to learn how to nourish that part of myself again. I had to learn how to accept that part of me, and then how to help that part of me grow. So, and one of the things that I did was, sit and just kind of celebrate a win every day, celebrate the things that were coming forward, or the ease of the intuitive session with it. And I, like all of I started off working with animals because I was terrified of people. But in that process of working with the animals, there were days when I struggled because I didn't want to be connected, because I still felt disconnected in that duality of being in this space of doing what I thought was my, where I was supposed to go versus where I at the time wanted to go. And when I started to nourish all of the parts that were getting me in alignment with my life, I really realized the change of that duality really just in its small ways started to shift. And I started to notice that I had less of those feelings or the urge to kind of run and hide from people and hide my gifts, because I was nourishing on them, and things would come more easily and more automatically. So communicating with an animal or communicating with your guides, or your, with a client, or doing the energy work or doing the hypnosis, and hearing your guides and your higher self kind of guide me where we should go, or what I need to say to get you where you need to go, really became something very simple and very easy. But it wasn't that way in the beginning for me. It was something that I really fought until I started to nourish that and accept. So taking time to nourish who you are on all levels really helps solidify the mindset on where you want to be. But also taking these times when, especially, moving into this space where we are getting into this portal of duality, the twos, the last kind of since 2000s, right? This is it, kind of thing. And just kind of letting this day be a celebration of what you are going to nourish moving forward, what you want to nourish, what you're going to, I often say this, and I often believe it, is what we perceive is what we believe. So if you believe in who you are, and that side of you, and the light side of you, that part of you will become stronger, and it will get deeper and become more open and more automatic. So that is my little woohoo spiel for the day. I don't think I've missed any questions. Does anybody have any questions about that? I know one of the we're in the chat above, we were talking about Dolores Cannon. Some of her books are really wonderful to read. I've read a lot of them, and it was kind of funny. Her books actually prepared me for some of the past lives that some of my clients went to. I've had clients go back to a water life, and it was the way they described them was very similar as it was in the book. And so sometimes reading those books, especially her books, because they are the account of the sessions that she's done, really can help you also be familiar with where you go when you go on those journeys, and kind of perhaps recognize the sensations or the places or the similar places, so that when you get on your journeys and you go on your journeys, it's not like a scary thing. It's like, oh, all right, so I'm under the water and I feel like I have fins, and I'm moving through the water. That's okay. This has happened, right? So reading books too. I really I'm a reader. I know I love my audiobooks, but I used to be like a hardcover book reader for 100%. Love, like, I had a bookshelves like crazy. I gave a lot of them away when I lost my sight, because I thought I would never read them again. But I've started to recollect some hardcover books. But reading on where you want to go to, if you want to experience past lives, or you want to set with your guides, and looking for books that perhaps also describe other people's experiences, so that when you have your own, you may see or feel some similarities in that. Now yours will always be unique, but it does kind of help the mind settle a little bit. It helps mind be like, oh, this isn't okay, I'm safe, okay, keep going. Because the moment, that's the other side of it. The more you do this, the more it feels safe, the more it feels familiar, the more and deeper, and the more open the journey will become. So, okay, tonight's session, we're going to use that progressive relaxation. We're going to use the countdowns. We're going to use your breath. We're going to get into that space. We're going to dump some fear, some anxiety, some extra energy that maybe we're carrying, that it's just, sitting there, that we're ready to let go, or some deep stuff that you're thinking about shedding before we step into celebrating and connecting and opening up your inner senses to bring forward your all-knowing highest self. And like I said, this will be a progression every week. On Mondays, we'll just start, building blocks moving forward to the point where you guys are going to be having full-on conversations with your all-knowing higher self. And maybe you have them now, and maybe those conversations will become a little more clear, little more abundant. And as you open this channel, don't be surprised if eventually or right away, again, everybody's different. It will be based on where you are at and what you're ready for. That conversation can start happening in the waking state too. So this is also another way to begin building that building block, that open line of communication, whether you're in meditation, whether you're in self-hypnosis, or you're just moving throughout your day and open to receiving that guidance from your highest self. So this is how the conversation begins, deepens, strengthens, and widens. So With that being said, I'm going to ask you now for permission to guide you, to take you on this journey. And when you're ready to give me permission, just go ahead and find that beautiful spot to sit down, to lay down, to find that comfortable space, whether you're inside or outside, wherever you're choosing to do your journey today. Just take a moment to look around. And as you look around the space that you're in, I'm just going to take a moment to give gratitude to this space and the energy that's in the space that you've chosen to go on the journey within. Giving gratitude to the sounds around you, the energy that you are creating and will continue to create of the highest vibration, tone, and frequency. And as you take a couple deep breaths, looking around, just taking a moment to honor the chair beneath you, the bed supporting you, the floor, letting your eyes close down once more. And as your eyes close down, taking a couple deep, beautiful breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathing with ease, as deep as you want, as fast or as slow as you want. Just breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just let go. And as you breathe out, beginning to give yourself permission, perhaps feeling that sensation, that sense of knowing, or even imagining lines of stress just floating away from you. That's right. Beginning to allow any and all lines of stress that you may sense yourself carrying from the day, the week, the month, the year, the decade, the lifetime, or any other life, past, present, or future, beginning to drift away with every beautiful, perfect, easy, soft, gentle flowing exhale. And as you breathe in through your nose, breathing in that sense of calm, that vibration, that feeling, that zone of rest. That's right. Breathing in that sense of calm, that flow, that vibration, that tone, that frequency of rest with every breath in. Bringing that feeling, that sense, that knowing, that vibration, that tone of calm into every breath, into every muscle, into every nerve, into every fiber, into every cell and atom of your being. And as you breathe out through your mouth, letting go of a little more stress that you may sense or feel yourself carrying from any life, past, present, or future. Perhaps on your exhale, giving yourself permission to break and release any forms of stress, both physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, that you may sense or feel or notice. Just noticing what you notice, sensing what you sense, feel what you feel as you breathe in and out. Feel that zone of rest, that flow of calm and comfort moving through you, bit by bit. Breath by breath. Moment by moment. No one needing or wanting anything from you, and nothing whatsoever to do except have your eyes closed or open, whichever you prefer, and just let yourself breathe in that feeling, that zone of calm. And as you breathe out, letting go of any and all strands, cords, threads of stress from anywhere and any part of your day, this week, the past months, years, lifetimes. As you breathe out, beginning to sense or feel perhaps your physical body releasing any and all stress it may be carrying. And as you breathe in, replacing that space with more calm, but that feeling and knowing, that sense of being and rest. That's right. As you breathe in that feeling of rest, that zone and flow of calm, perhaps you may sense this in a variety of ways. You may sense it as your favorite color. You may see it or feel it as your favorite space, that sacred place. You may just be aware of it. It may be a scent or a taste that brings your physical self into a deeper zone of calm, a deeper space of rest. Just notice how you notice this, sense how you sense this. What does it feel like to breathe in that feeling and that vibration and that zone of rest and calmness? What does it feel like to you? Do you see it? Are you just aware of it through your sixth sense? Is it a scent that reminds you of a deep space of bliss or a taste? Do you feel it? Or are you just aware of it? Just notice what you notice, sense what you sense. As you continue to breathe in that deeper, that bigger, that stronger, that wider flow of calmness and rest moving through you into every muscle, every nerve, every fiber, every organ, every bone, every joint, every cell, every atom of your whole self, flowing, glowing, vibrating in that frequency, that tone of calm and a deeper space of rest, drifting further and further, deeper and deeper down with every breath. And as you breathe with ease, as you rest in peace, notice in your mind's eye, in your imagination, in your sixth senses, how you may sense or feel or notice the release of any and all stress that you may or may not have been carrying. Do you see it? Do you feel it? Do you sense it through your sixth sense? Do you taste it? Do you smell it? What senses come alive as you focus on allowing yourself to release any and all stress that you might be carrying from any part of you, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically? What does it look like as you breathe out, as you let go of those threads, those lines, that energy of stress that you may have been carrying? How do you sense it? How do you feel it? How do you notice it? Just allowing yourself this time to observe, to notice what you notice, sense what you sense, see what you see, feel what you feel, know what you know. As you continue to calmly, restfully let go a little bit more, bit by bit. Moment by moment, breath by breath, releasing, letting go as you drift and rest into a deeper space of rest, a deeper zone of calm and comfort. And when you find yourself at peace and more calm and comfortable than you were before we began this journey within, in your mind's eye, I'm going to ask you to imagine, sense, or feel that there's a beautiful old trunk in front of you. And this is a special trunk, and it has been designed by your all-knowing highest self. Perhaps this trunk is made of wood, metal, leather, or any other material that is significant to you. But as you look, sense, feel, or notice this trunk there before you, notice that it's quite large and it has an easy to lift lid. And when you're ready and willing, go ahead and lift that lid of that trunk and place into it all of your anxieties, worries, and fears, your doubts, your pains, your angers, your sorrows and sadness, or any other emotions, belief systems, habits, behaviors, thought patterns that have prevented you from moving forward, or any other self-limiting feelings or ideas that have prevented you from your journey within. Just go ahead and place them all into this trunk. Any thoughts that you have running around in your head, any sounds that you may notice or sense are distracting, just go ahead and place them all into this trunk. And as you take these next couple of breaths, when you're ready, go ahead and close the lid of your trunk. And as you close the lid of your trunk, allowing any and everything that you place into that trunk to be cleared and released. That's right. Your mind, your body, your emotional and energetic being clear and free, letting go of all past issues that have been holding you back in life or from any other life, past, present, or future. And when you're ready, step past that trunk. And as you step past that trunk, feel what it feels like to be clear and free, to have given yourself permission to let go of all past situations that have been holding you back in this life or any other life, past, present, or future. And as you step forward, as you step past that trunk, as you look back, watch how it dissolves. See the particles of that trunk drifting away all the way back to source, completely free and clear, completely gone and released. Completely, if you so choose, yours no longer to carry. Moving forward, carefree, clear, and free, as you easily have let go of any and all past issues that have been holding you back in life. And as all the particles of that trunk disappear into that universal light, or you may sense it, you may feel it, you may just be aware of it. but noticing how the light is like a vacuum, drawing up all the particles and everything that was in that trunk back up to source, back up to the divine, pure, unconditional light of source. And when you notice that all the particles and all the pieces and all the things in the trunk are completely free, and the source, the light of source is closed up behind it all, it's completely gone, completely free. And when you're ready and willing, allowing yourself to move forward on this beautiful path, this path that is going to guide you to your sanctuary, that home base, that sanctuary of your soul, that soul space, that favorite place of divine balance, harmony, and pure unconditional love, your special place. So as you continue to walk on your path, moving forward, getting lighter and lighter, glowing brighter and brighter, and more clear and free than ever before, I'm going to count from 10 down to 1. And as I continue the counts from 10 down to 1, each and every time I count from 10 down to 1, imagine this as a step down on your path into a deeper space of rest, a step closer to that soul space, that sacred space of divine love, unity, balance, and more. That sacred space where you'll be able to connect with a part of yourself that is your all-knowing highest self. So when you're ready and willing, go ahead and begin to follow and walk on your path as you create your path. Notice your path, sense your path, see your path, feel your path. Notice what you notice, sense what you sense as you drift into a deeper space of bliss, a deeper zone of rest and peace. With every breath, breathing in those healing particles, that healing light from divine source, and every breath out, setting you free. A little bit more, bit by bit, breath by breath, moment by moment. 10. Every step taking you deeper. Every step creating more and more room for that wonderful feeling of deep, deep self-connection, flow. As the energy within you begins to bloom brighter and brighter, shining more and more with every step. 9. Every breath letting go as you drift, resting and drifting along your beautiful path of creation. This beautiful path that is guiding you to your soul space, that sacred space where self, source, and soul come together, where you are more and more home than you've ever been before, where you are your light, where you glow so bright. 8. Moving deeper and deeper down, deeper in. Perhaps every step feeling as though you're floating on air as this journey guides you within. 7. Letting go, releasing, moving forward, and deepening. 6. With each succeeding breath, you're going a little bit deeper. Soothing, relaxing, resting, calming. That's right. With every breath, soothing, relaxing, resting, calming, and going a little bit deeper now, deep as you want to go. And the deeper you want to go, the deeper you can go. And the deeper you choose to go, the deeper you will go. 5 times deeper along your path now. Stepping down into that next space of rest, that next zone of release, letting go a little bit more as you drift deeper and deeper down, resting, releasing, clearing and freeing with every step, like floating on air. Doubling down to 4, all the way down now, deeper than you've ever gone before. Down to 3. Feeling your breath easy and soft as you feel yourself letting go more and more free. As you continue to make space to journey within and just be. The warmth of the sun in your head and shoulder, that golden light, soft and flowing. As you drift deeper and deeper still, moving along your path easily, comfortably, freely, and rhythmically, all the way down to 2. And deeper in, deeper down, 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 down to 1. And as you continue on your journey, as you continue walking on this beautiful path that is guiding you to your soul space, that beautiful space where you're going to move into that inner soul space, that sanctuary of you. As you glow brighter and brighter, and we are taking this journey along this beautiful path into your inner soul space, where everything you've ever known, felt, imagined, sensed is recorded. And we are taking this beautiful journey within. We are walking on this beautiful path into your soul space to connect you with that part of yourself that is your all-knowing highest self. And as you travel along your path, you may notice your path, you may sense your path, you may experience your path as an image, as a beautiful light, as a sound, as nature, as your favorite space that brings you so much calm and peace. Maybe this path is something else that is significant to you, but as you guide yourself along, as you move along, noticing what you notice, sensing what you sense, seeing what you see, feel what you feel, allowing all your inner sight, your inner senses to become stronger, more clear, and more free, knowing that you may sense this path in a variety of ways. You may hear it, you may see it, you may feel it, you may even just smell it. You may just be aware of it through your sixth sense. However and how many of your senses come forward, take a moment to observe what you notice, to sense what you sense, and I'll continue to count you from 10 down to 1. Every countdown taking you deeper in, deeper down, your inner senses becoming more and more clear, more vibrant, more free, and more flowing. As they become familiar, as you remember, you're knowing. 10, 9, deeper still, 8, 7, floating and drifting calmly and easily. 7, 6, deeper and deeper. 5, 4, calmer and calmer still. 3, 2, 1, moving more deeply in now, closer and closer to your soul space, that sacred space. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, let go. 5, 4, 3, calm or drifting, resting. 2, 1, closer and closer to your soul's sacred space, that beautiful temple of oneness. 10, 9, drawing closer and closer now, nearer and nearer, as if you can almost sense you're coming to the end of this beautiful path that has guided you into your sacred place, your soul space. 8, 7. Noticing what you notice, sensing what you sense as you move closer and closer to your temple of oneness. 6, 5, deeper down, deeper in. 4, 3, almost there now. You can feel that sacredness of your soul space, the love, the light, the glow, the energy, the vibration and tone. Feeling every breath in and every exhale with more and more love, more and more light, glowing brighter and brighter. 2, all the way down. And as you reach the end of this beautiful path that has guided you deep within, begin to sense and feel that you have come towards your temple of oneness, your soul's sacred space, your favorite place. 1. And as you draw near to the end of this path and you step into your sacred space, take a moment to sense what you sense, see what you see, feel what you feel, smell what you smell, taste what you taste, know what you know. Allowing all your inner senses, your inner sense of sight, your inner sense of smell, of taste, of feeling, your inner sense of your sixth sense coming forward. As you find a comfortable place to sit, to rest, and to take in your soul's sacred place, this temple of oneness. In the sacred place of oneness in your inner world, your soul space, where you have access to everything you've ever known, you felt, sensed, or imagined is recorded, where you have access to all lives, all knowledge, all knowing. Where you can just sit and be. Clear, restful, and free. Light, glowing, and shimmering bright. And when you're ready, when you're willing, go ahead and invite your all-knowing higher self to come forward. And as you invite this part of yourself, the all-knowing high self, know that you may sense this part of you in a variety of ways, in different ways, in all ways. You may hear your all-knowing higher self. You may see your all-knowing higher self. You may feel your all-knowing higher self. You may smell your all-knowing higher self, or you may just be aware of your all-knowing highest self through your sixth sense. But allowing yourself to observe and to be open to this in whatever way feels best to you, whatever way is most familiar to you. And as you experience your all-knowing higher self, you may sense this part of yourself as a light, as a sound, as a teacher in human or animal form, as an angelic or mystical being, or another form that is significant and familiar to you. But just allow yourself now, as you ask your all-knowing higher self, that part of you, to come forward. Just notice what you notice, see what you see, feel what you feel, observe and witness. Allowing yourself to sense what you sense, notice what you notice. as your all-knowing highest self will present itself in the most familiar and comfortable space and way to you. So it may be a beautiful light, a soft glowing sound, an image as a teacher or a plant or an animal that is familiar and comforting, as an angelic or mystical being or some other form that is significant to you. But just allow yourself to feel your all-knowing higher self coming forward in your temple of oneness, in your soul's sacred space, as you begin to open, build, connect, and clear the bond between self, source, and soul through the all-knowing highest self a little bit more, deeper and wider and more clear and free, in rhythm and flow, as you let yourself sit in your sacred space and just be, observe, and witness, noticing what you notice, sensing what you sense, see what you see, feel what you feel. As you breathe with ease, and I'll continue to count you down from 10 down to 1, letting my voice guide you, letting my voice be there with you as you connect with your all-knowing highest self in whatever way feels best to you, whatever form is most comforting and calming for you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice what you notice. Sense what you sense. 10, 9, 8, 7. Allowing my voice to fade into the background. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sensing what you sense, notice what you notice as my voice fades into the background and your all-knowing higher self comes forward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Noticing what you notice, sensing what you sense. As my voice continues to fade into the background and your all-knowing higher self comes forward a little bit more, moment by moment and breath by breath. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8. Noticing what you're noticing, sensing what you're sensing. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Letting my voice fade into the background as you drift deeper, and like connection between your all-knowing higher self gets a little more clear, a little more open, a little bit stronger. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to go quiet for a moment. Just allow yourself to sit to observe in your sacred soul space, in that beautiful place. And notice what you notice, sense what you sense in any form, perhaps through your sense of sight, your sense of feeling, your sense of touch, taste, your sixth sense, and sense of knowing. Giving your all-knowing higher self permission to come forward. Nothing more, nothing less, just be. Just be, just breathe. Notice what you notice, see what you see, sense what you sense. You're doing great. And as you take these next breaths, gently and easily, softly and gently, just knowing that you'll be, as you return to the surface in a few moments, you'll be able to retain and recall this connection with your all-knowing higher self easily, fully, and completely. And knowing that each and every time that you return to your sacred soul space, your temple of oneness, your special place, whether your eyes are closed, your eyes are open, know that this connection as you call and invite your all-knowing highest source self to come forward. That connection will grow and will deepen and will strengthen. The clarity will become more fluid and flowing. So taking a moment to take a second to thank your all-knowing higher self for coming forward on this journey a little bit more, and knowing that as you become more comfortable and familiar with all of your inner senses, or one of your inner senses, whichever you choose, that your all-knowing self will know how to communicate through that sense more easily and more fully each and every day in every way from this day forward and beyond, if you so choose. And taking a couple deep breaths and allow yourself to draw in one big, full, deep, beautiful breath, breathing in the energy of your temple of oneness, your sacred soul space, breathing the energy of your soul and your highest self, vibration tone into yourself. And as your breath flows into your body, flows through you on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, and energetically. Feel your connection to your all-knowing self deepening, moving into the deepest parts of you, the connection flowing, and your connection becoming more and more clear and free than it ever has been before. And taking another deep, full breath in, and feel how good it feels to breathe in your soul light, soul energy, your soul space. That's right. Breathe in your soul space. Feel how familiar it is and how this place is a part of you and you are a part of your soul place. It's space where you have access to all wisdom, knowledge, and knowing and experience. And taking another deep, full breath in. And as you take this next deep, full breath in, begin to feel yourself drifting back upon the path that guided you to your sacred soul space, bringing back with you with every deep, full breath, all your soul energy to the waking state, to the waking space, moving back along that path gently, calmly, and so rested and calm and rested, bringing forward that connection as it grows and deepens, strengthens and clears with every moment and every day that passes. That's right. Feel your deep, full breath bringing you all the way back along your path into the here and now. Knowing that you'll be able to retain and recall the experience, the journey, easily and clearly and easily. As you come back into the now, back into the here, back into your body, back, all the way back, beginning to feel the tips of your fingers and your toes, the bend in your legs and arms, the surface beneath you, the sounds around you, coming all the way back now. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. At 5, you'll be fully emerged, fully aware, and fully and completely alert. 1, feel that connection to your all-knowing higher self coming back into the waking state, back into the here and now, more clear, more open, and more free and flowing than ever before. 2, feel the ease of your inner senses coming forward with you as you become more familiar, more comfortable with all of your inner senses, and they become more awake and alive in your everyday. 3, taking a deep breath and beginning to stretch, feeling wonderfully centered and grounded, feeling aligned and alive. Back into the here and now, more connected, more aware, more alert. And feeling that growth in your inner higher self's connection with your all-knowing self, becoming more clear and open and more free with every moment and every breath. And 4, your eyes are crystal clear. Your energy is clear and calm. Your body is rested and at ease and comfortable. Your mind is soft and flowing. And 5, fully emerge, fully aware, fully alert. Take a deep, full breath. And when you're ready and it feels right, go ahead and open your eyes, coming all the way back into the here and now. Taking a big stretch, knowing that you've done a wonderful job connecting and opening that line of communication to your all-knowing higher self, your temple, your soul space, becoming more and more familiar, a place where whenever you choose, you can return to easily and instantly, just like that, a snap of a finger. And knowing that you've awoken and continue to awaken your inner senses and that familiarity with them, and you're beginning to remember them as if they have been a part of your life, your entire life. All right, everyone. Thank you for taking your time. Thank you for spending your energy with me. I very much appreciate it, and I quite enjoy these sessions, and I look forward to them every week. I would love to hear about your journey. If you feel that you want to leave me a comment or send me a private message, please. I'm a nosy person, so I like to know everything. I much appreciate you guys. And if there's a topic that you guys want me to touch on, please send me a message. The last thing I didn't do, but I was supposed to do in the beginning because I kind of got going and then I realized as I was going, I didn't do it, is that all my links are in the bio. And I'm here every Monday night, as you know, on the Shipwreck Show, in the morning show with Ship on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I will also be there. I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you, and I'm honored that you're here with me, and I love being a part of your journey. So have a wonderful night, everybody. Much love. Enjoy. And keep inviting your all-knowing higher self to come forward. Keep giving that part of you permission to connect with you. And it will get more clear and it will get stronger. And you guys got this. You really do. So I will see you guys in a little bit, and I will also see you on Wednesday, and I'll also see you next Monday. All right, everyone. Talk to you guys soon. Enjoy and have fun with this. Play with this. Enjoy it.